The New Oxford American Dictionary defines perspective as a particular attitude toward or way of regarding something, a point of view, true understanding of the relative importance of things, a sense of proportion. In literature, perspective or point of view defines the text, sets the tone, and develops character or characters. The perspective gives the reader a set of eyes with which to see the literary world. There are different types of point of views used in literature. Three general types are first-person view, where a character tells his or her story, second-person view, where other characters are referred as you, and third-person view, where a heterodiegetic narrator tells a story. In modernism, the use of perspective becomes more complicated. Modernism focuses on individual characters and their reactions to the plot. This causes authors to stay away from omniscient narrators, and the timeline of events is usually nonlinear. Typical modernist works may use a form called free indirect discourse. Free indirect discourse, or a narrated monologue, is a character's thoughts or perceptions filtered by a third-person narrator. This is according to Professor Sue Lancer at Brandeis University. Catherine Mansfield's short story, The Garden Party, and Pablo Picasso's painting, Reclining Nude, problematize perspective through modernist techniques. The perspectives are more intimate and character-based. This avant-garde method draws the audience into an emotional inner world. This leaves the reader to decide if he or she trusts the narrator, and the reader may feel as if he or she is prying into the emotional lives of others. The Garden Party, a short story by Catherine Mansfield, problematizes regular use of perspective by using free indirect discourse throughout the text. Mansfield tells the story through a third-person narrative who tells the reader about Laura's thoughts on the party and the dead man. The complications of this form of perspective come from the idea that a narrator is getting into the head of a character, which makes it confusing at points. The modernist technique, however, allows for the reader to get closer to an individual character, like Laura, by exploring his or her inner thoughts. For example, in the text, Mansfield writes, "What did garden parties and baskets and lace frocks matter to him? He was far from all those things. He was wonderful, beautiful." Who is saying this? Whose thoughts are these? The free indirect discourse allows the reader to know Laura's thoughts without Laura being the narrator. This type of perspective allows readers to distance themselves from the story in a sense that we do not have direct access to characters' thoughts. However, the reader does get Laura's reaction and inner workings through a third-person narrator. This allows for the reader to interpret the true meaning of Laura's reactions by fixed focalization on her. The text is less about the actual death of this man, but Laura's reaction to it overall. The painting Reclining Nude by Pablo Picasso displays a similar technique but in a different form. The visual art represents a woman lying down nude by a window. Her body does not seem to resemble a normal human body, and the colors are vibrant and unrealistic. Picasso transforms a woman into a manifestation of his feelings towards her. He uses the rich colors to depict his attitude of sexual desire. The transformation of the body illustrates how he sees this woman as she waits for him. The painting allows an audience to get within Picasso's point of view. Unlike still life, the audience views a subjective world that belongs. Perspective is a point of view or what can be seen from a certain space. Modernism transforms perspective into something intimate. It emphasizes an individual, such as in The Garden Party, or the way someone sees another, as in Reclining Nude. The key to perspective is dissecting it to discover the true meaning for using that particular point of view. The class divisions in Mansfield's story are personal conflicts with people like Laura. Picasso mixes parts of the human body to express his desire for the woman. Each perspective is unique, so express yours. Penny for your thoughts?